So we are fortunate enough to have psychologist Dr. Kelly Greco in the studio today, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about relationships and mental health during this high hookup season. So Dr. Greco, thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Now, one of the reasons we wanted to have you on the show today is because we know that Halloween season can be a high season for students to kind of hook up. So if you want to just talk to us a little bit more about that, about like relationships and how it is here, especially at USC.
Yeah, I think it's, we see that hookups is something that's talked about in the media as well as research with young adults. And I think what's really interesting when I was kind of looking at the research and the surveys in terms of college students, that the number of partners that someone hasn't changed, but how they connect with people. Like I thought it was interesting, the friends with benefits had increased from 10 or 20 years, that some people are, having partners with a friend.
Now, what do you think, in your opinion, are the major the driving forces behind this kind of hookup culture, the major shift from our parents' generation to now? I know we talked about technology and people's inability to speak to each other, but more so express themselves through text messaging or direct messaging on Facebook or Twitter, things like that. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I definitely think it's more accessible to kind of reach out and meet people, but I think what's lost are the nonverbals, the eye contact, reading somebody's body language, knowing what does it feel like when I'm sitting across from them, and that's lost. And I know that, sometimes I talk to students and they're disappointed when someone doesn't text them back or talk to them, but it's important. Have you met them in person? So there's so much that's out there in terms of people having profiles and Match.com, but they don't know you. It's just what they see on the internet.
Everyone is kind of looking for this perfect partner,
this
perfect relationship. Everyone's out there seeking a perfect individual, and they're not used to seeing the negative in people or seeing that, a relationship's not always going to be perfect.
Exactly. I see that a lot, that people are finding, and I think that has a lot to do with what the media and the messages that we all get, the perfect person, but it's finding, in my opinion, the imperfect person, that we all have negative and positive qualities. Can someone tolerate me when I'm stressed out? Can they tolerate my negative qualities? So that's what's really important, is looking for the imperfect person rather than the perfect person, because we all know none of us are perfect. So when you're striving for perfection, then that's not the best way to go about it.
Get let down.
Right, you get let down. Unrealistic expectations of the other. And then sometimes we're very hard on ourselves too.
Right.
And I always have someone look at, what do I want?
Right.
So what do I want? What do I need? Am I attaching myself to people that are giving me what I need and what I want? Many times people don't know what they want. So sometimes I say, make a list of the top 10 qualities that you want in a partner, because they're seeking or searching for something that they don't even know what they're looking for. So I don't think people slow down and take time to reflect on relationships and themselves enough.